All right, for those of you who follow my channel and who have been following me for a couple of years are aware of the fact that I have ADHD, okay? Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder. Yes? Yes? Adish? That's my baby. Okay. ADHD is... okay, before I even get into ADHD or ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder, not only because YouTube wants me to put this disclaimer, this is not a medical video. I'm not a medical professional, okay? And you must seek medical advice professionally, okay? And I'm not saying this only because YouTube says it as a disclaimer. I sincerely mean what I say. Please do not, okay? I am repeating again, do not self-medicate. Do not self-diagnose. Okay, now I have ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder. They call it a disorder, or ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder. What it is, it's not like I'm mental and all that, no. For those of some people think, hey, you have ADHD, as if like I said, I have AIDS, AIDS. So no, it's not AIDS, and ADD is different and AIDS is different. So I had to even tell that to a person. And it's not like I have mental problem and all that. I know I do look tattooed and all that, but that's beside the point. What it is it's where a person's brain capacity or function is hyper. I am ADHD. My daughter is ADHD. Now, I just told you should not self-medicate and self-diagnose. How do I know my daughter is ADHD? I have gone to a doctor for, I think, 4 years. Psychologist, psychiatrist, at the age of, I think, 31. And I went, 31 or 32, and I went for the next 4 years, every week once, sometimes even twice. And the doctors suggest you can't get it off the counter. Those are controlled tablets which a doctor has to prescribe. Others you can be arrested also, because they are controlled tablets. They make you like numb. Some people do take these tablets. In fact, some of the gamers take, I think, esports. They had this scandal where this guy took Adderall. Adderall is to control your hyper thing and focus. Now, don't get fooled with the thing that, oh, it can focus. Good, I'll take 10 tablets or 1 tablet and it'll help me study. No. I'll give you my entire experience so that you come to know. Then this is my experience. My body is different to yours. I'm just sharing, okay? So, first thing is ADHD is Attention Deficit Disorder or Attention Hyperactive. Attention Disorder, Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder, okay, ADHD. Now, so your brain is very fast, it thinks very fast. It's like, for example, I'm writing. Before I can even complete the sentence, I'm thinking of the next 4 or 5 sentences. I'll not be able to write that sentence properly. And on top of that, as I'm writing, I'll feel hungry. I want to go to the toilet. I want to watch a movie. I want to talk to someone. It's like you want to do 10 things at the same time. And given today's social media landscape, the way they've made the apps and programs and games, it only has made ADHD even worse. Even if someone doesn't have ADHD, it pushes them towards being hyper. That's why Facebook, you react very fast. YouTube, shorts, shocking video. Now YouTube has started a beta version of shorts. If you see TikTok, what it is, 10 seconds video, next. And each video you're seeing the best of what they can show. Girls are showing their boobs, their ass, and dancing and winking and funny stuff and all that. And cute dog and cute cat and shocking. So the technology has moved towards wanting to keep your attention, wanting for you to be hyper, wanting for you to stay addicted. Okay, that is why nowadays studying, so many youngsters say, I cannot study, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot focus, because of this addictive culture. Okay, now having said that, that doesn't mean every person who's hyperactive has ADHD. There are some people who have amazing energy, but then, it dies out after some time. In my daughter's case, like for example, now my daughter's case, from the time she gets up in the morning, she is singing loudly, shouting loudly, talking loudly. She will grab my wife and try to bring her to play with her. She'll drag me. And you're not talking of this being like for 15 minutes, half an hour or 1 hour. You're talking of the whole day until she goes to sleep. My daughter, normal girls, I've seen her play with normal girls. Normal girls are quiet and they'll sit. And my daughter is climbing on top of things, climbing on top of the table, climbing and pushing objects. And she even plays with the boys because the boys are running around and all that, and she's also running around with them. And the energy that she has is unbelievable. The only time she stops is when I show her the iPad or if she's sleeping. So I've told my wife, because my wife before, they say, I want 5 children and all that. After she gave birth to our baby, she's like, this is not like a normal baby. I said, it's not normal. My mother had ADHD and she had multiple narcissistic personality disorder and some other disorder and so many disorders. I have ADHD. I know my daughter most probably would have it. So she has it. So it's okay, cool. I know how to handle it. Okay. So my daughter has boundless energy. Oh my goodness. It's unbelievable. She will run the whole day. She will climb up. She will shout. She will... It's like me drinking espresso. And for the next 1 hour, how hyper I am. She has that throughout the day. Now you'll say normal children have. Believe it or not, I know how normal children are. I have let my daughter play in a nursery and I sat and observed for 4 hours, 5 hours. Sat and observed. Okay, so now ADHD. So now how does one control it? This is the biggest question people have. How do you control it? Now, here's the thing. You cannot control it. Controlling something is you're trying to subdue your true nature. Let's say, for example, you're hungry. You can control it only for some time, after which you'll go berserk. Okay? Let's say, for example, this no FAP rule, no masturbation. You can control for some time, but at some point you're going to explode. Even I tell people, willpower, no? If you read this book, Willpower by Roy Baumeister, I think. What he says is, when you get up early in the morning, your energy levels are up. Your ability to control, self-control, tolerance is high. But throughout the end of the day, when you start getting tired and you become more irritable and you can't take shit and you'll just snap. Because now you can't take it anymore. In the same way, if you try to control, maybe initially you'll be successful, but eventually you'll succumb. Same thing with dieting. You can control for maybe a few hours, 1 day, 2 days, maybe 1 month. Some point you're going to explode and go back. That's why smokers, drinkers, drug addicts, sex addicts, unless and until everything is changed. Now, so the first thing, control is out of the question. So in my case also, I am not able to control it. However, I can channelize it. Now, have you noticed every day I put 3 videos, 4 videos? Have you noticed every day I'm walking so much? Why do you think I'm doing that? So that hyper energy that is there gets controlled. I have learned to channelize my hyperactivity towards my career, towards my personal growth. Okay, and this is helping me make money. See, a very simple thing. All these tattoos on my face, on my body, it's screaming for attention. Now, today's social media landscape, everyone is screaming for attention. That is why they put their sexy photographs. That is why they stand next to an expensive car, house. They show like this and posing and all that. They put filters. They try to be who they are not. Now, everyone's screaming for attention. We all like approval. It's a normal phenomenon. Some people want it more. That's why you'll see some girls put nice photograph of them every single day, 4 or 5 photographs of their face. Every single day. My wife has a relative. Every single day, at least 4 to 5 photographs. She'll put sad, happy, crying, laughing, sitting on the bed, standing, walking. She'll just show her face. Her whole fucking Facebook is maybe 4,000 photographs of only her face. She has few friends' photographs and all, but predominantly it's her face. Okay, and how cute she is. Although in real life, she looks quite old and not as beautiful as her Facebook this thing. So she also wants attention. We have so many people like this. Film stars, movie stars, celebrities. Most of them have this attention-seeking drive and desire. Okay. And see, now, one thing which I want to tell you is ADHD, this hyperactiveness, you can make it a blessing or a curse. You can make it. See, right from the time I was small, my mother used to say, oh, he talks like a girl. Oh, he has no self-control. Oh, he's so shameless. My stepfather used to say the same thing. What's wrong with him? And this and that. And teachers and the church people and my friend. Hey man, you're gone crazy or what? So, everyone wanted me to be cool, calm. It wouldn't work because I had hyper energy. Okay. So, unfortunately, that time, science had not invented, maybe had made it famous, the word ADHD or the concept. So I didn't know I had this kind of so-called disorder. When I found out through a psychologist, a psychiatrist, I really thought I had some brain tumor or brain cancer or I was going to die. Really, I was depressed for days. And then obviously a doctor will give you control tablets. Now what these control tablets did to me, how it interacted with me, I don't know about others. From being hyper, it made me like this. I'm not exaggerating, it made me. I would just sit like this the whole day. I would not feel like doing anything, I would not feel hyper. Now, in a way I was happy that it kept me down. But where I realized it was destroying me was when I was not able to do anything creative. I was not able to write my creative blogs. Those days I was not making videos as much as I do now. I was not doing anything. I just wanted to sit and quietly do work. In fact, I was a manager at this company, Quick Electric. The engineers asked me, sir, are you feeling okay? Like you're just, like I didn't exist. So I started to think, is it worth me being quiet at the cost of my creativity, my personality? Yes, there are drawbacks to it. I'm hyper, I'm too much, I'm talkative, I'm irritating. But everything has the plus and minus. So do I want to be a guy who's not irritating, not getting on people's nerves, but at the same time, not noticed, just invisible at the background, doesn't exist? Do I want to be that guy? And after a few weeks of using it, I decided never to take it again. It really had adverse impact on my personality. Now remember, this was done after proper diagnosis from a professional. This was not done by reading google.com, or I went professionally. And if you're not sure if you can trust a doctor, go to multiple doctors. Go through references. Make sure that you're comfortable who you give your body. Like even when I did my bariatric surgery, I didn't go to an award-winning doctor or doctor who had multiple gold medals and who's famous. I checked with people who I really trusted, who I believed. One of my very close friends who's like 15, 20 years older to me, his mother was 92 or something. He told me, Loy, go to this doctor to take his advice. I said, why do you recommend him? He said, Loy, I love my mother more than my own life and my family. I entrusted my 92-year-old mother in his hands. And my mother says, this is like her son. He takes care of her. So I realized this doctor is genuine. And true to that word, he was extremely genuine. And here's a shocker. Even after all this, what he suggested to me, I still verified, I still checked it out, and I still decided what I would do. So I'm not only telling you, find a doctor, find a professional. After they give the advice, then you do your research, and then you take a second opinion, third opinion, 10th opinion, and finally decide what you're going to do with your body and your life. So that's what I did. Now finally, after doing it for a couple of weeks, I realized this is not the way. And when I stopped, went back to being hyper. But now I was like thinking, now what do I do? How do I control this? Because you cannot be successful if you do not have discipline. You cannot become anything in life if you're not grounded. If you're every time doing one task, then you give up, and second task, give up. You study one thing, you get bored. You go in a relationship, you get bored. You can't keep changing your whole life, right? Okay. So I realized I couldn't live. That's why I had so many girlfriends, so many tattoos, so many changes, so much of attention online. I decided I had to ground myself. So what did I do? In my case, because I was at such a phase in my life, and remember, 2011, check my video when I tried to commit suicide because I lost everything. I realized at that point, if I don't change myself, I'm going to destroy myself. It was clear as the sky. So what I did was I made a list of all the things that distract me. Friends, relatives, people, girls, toys, things, situations, environment. I made a list of so many things. And then I had to ask myself, among these, which one matters? Which one is a matter of life and death? Which one can I get rid of? Which one can I replace? I kept working on this list. And today, if you see my life, it's because I made this conscious decision. Now, for example, every day I make this video. So the ability to talk, being hyper, is taken care of. People watch my video, I get the attention. Okay, attention is taken care of. I have this hyper energy to really do something. I walk 10 kilometers every day. I'll tell you, it's very tiring to do this. Then, exercise is also very important, because when your body is physically tired, then you get relaxed. Otherwise, you have pent up energy. Now, I also make sure that what I eat. See, before I was eating like crazy. If you see my before photographs, I ballooned up to 125 kilos because I was eating and also bodybuilding and steroids and years of abuse and all that. So that's why, because I was about to get diabetes, blood sugar, sugar problems, heart related issues, cholesterol, joints pain, breathing problems. I had multiple issues. I had to opt for a bariatric surgery. The doctor who I told you, 92 years, who took care of the 92-year-old mother. Now, though he had recommended me to get a sleeve, you can just Google search Machedo bariatric surgery. It's a graphic video, by the way. It's age restricted. They show you cutting my body and all that. So instead of a sleeve, which is they make your stomach like a tube, they cut out the rest. I chose to make my stomach into a pouch, which is you call it a what? Not sleeve, RYN or RNY? RNY, yeah. I chose the latter. I can't get the name right now, man. Sleeve or there's another name. Shit, I can't get the name right now. Okay. So anyway, I chose. It's called the gold standard of bariatric surgery. Now, what it did is it limited my food intake. Before, I used to eat a lot, too much energy, and spend a lot. Today, I can eat less. And most of the stuff that I used to drink and eat, I can't do it. Like I told my group before, Red Bull, I once drank up to 18 Red Bulls just to see how much could I take. The funny thing, it didn't affect me one bit. But when I took, because my resistance was quite strong, I used to drink every day 3-4 espressos. Where I really got almost like a cardiac arrest, I think, was when I drank 4 double shot of espressos. Plus, I took caffeine pills that make you hyper and fat burners. And on top of that, in Dubai heat, which is 50 degrees heat, I went running in the beach and pushing my body. I would have died that day. Tell you really, my heart was pounding. I just collapsed for 35 minutes. I couldn't move. I was just lying down. Fuck. After that, I was like, fuck, no way, man. I'm going to do all this shit. So please, don't try crazy stunts. That's why I tell you, don't self-medicate and don't experiment with your own body. So even bodybuilders, some of them, like me, we suffer the consequences for the rest of our lives because we experiment with our own bodies. So I control my intake. Today, if I drink maybe half a juice, it's okay. In fact, I don't drink Pepsi, Coke, none of the sugary drinks. I have also changed my diet. Before, I used to drink too much of sugar in everything. I'm glad I can't eat sugar now because I can't eat too much sugar. I can eat sugar, but I can't eat too much. Otherwise, it's called a dumping, D-U-M-P-I-N-G, dumping syndrome. Okay? When I have to do any work, my iPad stays off, my iPhone stays off. I don't check the WhatsApp like right now. Not on smartphone, not on WhatsApp, not on chatting, nothing. 100% it's work. And then when it's time to enjoy, clearly enjoy. So I made a lifestyle change, walking, exercise every day, made it a routine. My attention-seeking talkativeness, I get from YouTube. Before I had friends, I had girls and this and that in Dubai, where you can meet so many people and all that. Today, I'm staying on an island. There's nobody. So I'm forced to accept this new change. Sometimes you need to forcefully discipline yourself. I don't have an option now. So even if I wanted to meet girls, there's hardly any. I got off many apps. I used to have Tinder. I used to have all the dating apps and all the... I used to busy search for girls and who I wanted to have sex with and stopped all that. And also, I got married choosing a girl who would keep me grounded and having a baby. Now I have a responsibility. I can't fuck around even if I want to. I don't want to, basically, because who will take care of them? And that keeps me grounded. And all the energy and everything that I have hyper, I focus on making money. See now, I know you'll ask me a question, Loy, I can't study. I can't this. Even today, for me to read a book is challenging. Me to study, very challenging. My answer to you is, if there's something boring, you cannot study. So figure out what is of your interest and be the best at it. I'm good at personal branding. I'm good at public speaking. I'm good at analysis. I'm good at analyzing people. I'm good at, providing business branding advice. And I studied that and I researched, I focused on being the best at it. And the proof of it is you watching my video right now. Now, agreed, I'm not a global icon or a YouTuber with 1 million or 10 million subscribers or whatever. I'm pretty content with how much I have and what I have. I prefer the growth being very slow, which I can handle, rather than it going so big and so fast that I cannot handle. And I get so busy by the time I go to sleep. It's already 3 or 4, or sometimes like today, it was almost, I think 6 in the morning, 6:10. So I'm doing how much I can handle. I don't want to keep a team, a production team, editing team, camera team, and this and that. I like to be alone. Expenses are low. Revenue is not that big, but headache is also low. And I'm enjoying my life. So overall, if I were to give you in a nutshell, I would just tell you, look, number one is don't self-medicate. Do your research, but don't self-diagnose, self-medicate. Take a professional opinion. If not one, take 10. Number one. Don't just read something on the internet or watch some videos. Oh, I have ADHD. Fuck, I have ADHD. I love to play Fortnite. No. The second thing is, today's games, apps, smartphone. The world today is designed to make you distracted. So don't mistake being distracted as having ADHD. Okay? These apps are designed scientifically through behavioral scientists and all that. They have created this in such a way that you get distracted. Okay? Third one is, your level of distraction or focus is based on the environment that you're surrounded with. The friend circle you have, your mother and father, your upbringing. Like, are you sitting in a room that is only filled with books to study? Or are you in a room where there's computer, smartphone, iPad and internet? And how do you expect to study? It's like a guy who likes girls and saying, I want to control myself, and is in a room full of hot, beautiful women who are wearing skimpy outfits and who are flirting with him. Or it's like you're trying to be on a diet. You're trying to control what you eat, but you're in a place where everyone's having buffet and a party and eating the most delicious chocolates and food and drinks. Your environment matters. Then next point is, how do you create a recurring routine, a habit, and how dedicated are you towards it? And yes, you need to have the drive. Huh? Without the drive, without the determination, without the I will stick to this, you cannot. Be practical what you can change, and understand the self-control only works so much. Then next one is, do things that interest you and try to commercialize what interests you. Try to make money out of it. And try to find something that really drives you, wakes you up in the morning. But now, over here, you need to use a little bit of common sense. Just because you like bodybuilding in the gym, you and I like that. But there's no career into this. There's not much money. You cannot sustain and survive. So you also have to be smart what to choose. Maybe you might love something. Like one guy loves cartooning, or one guy loves dancing. Now, yes, that is great. But if you are in Syria or India, and there's no career path and there are not many options, or you're in Bangladesh, you like singing and dancing, or Saudi, it's not allowed. How will you make a career out of it? So you need to be practical and realistic. What are your chances? And, I'll give you last 2 or 3 bits. Is there's no one size fits all. Everything is trial and error. Like, I went to a professional. I checked what medicines are good, not good. I kept a log. I reviewed how I feel with the medicine, checked for some time, reported to the doctor, and finally I decided, no, I don't need to take it. I'm happy with this. And then obviously the list, what I have to get rid of, what I have to do, what is the response. Okay. The second last point is consistency is the key. Not doing it for 5 days and 10 days or 1 month. And don't do too much to the extreme. Even me, I'll do 3 videos. That's my max. If I can do even 4 videos, 5 videos, 6 videos. But if I burn myself out, next day I'll be like, oh fuck man, I can't do this. Don't do too much to the extreme. Small little baby steps, but every single day is much better than doing too much. And one final thing is, okay, lucky this boy asked me. Had he asked somebody else and given the wrong diagnosis or advice, I don't know what would have happened. Please be careful who you're asking. Don't go through Google. Google will only give information for and against, and it'll confuse you even more. Okay? Please don't. I know people like to pride themselves that they can research, check google.com and get the answers. But where it concerns your health, your well-being, your body, your mind, it's not a game. And if you can't afford it, don't think about it. One final piece, let me give you the bonus, one final last bit. See, listen. If ADHD was not a term that was invented and discovered, I would never know about it. I'd continue with my life the way it is. Now, would I have achieved this level of success? I don't know. But I can tell you, there are plenty of people who have had ADHD who do not know that they have ADHD. The only difference is the upbringing would have been different with people who have proper guidance. But I do know plenty of people who have ADHD who never went to a doctor, who don't even know they have ADHD. But I can make out because been taking medication, doctor, this, that for so many years now. 16 years? Dedicated myself to studying my own self and this subject. So it's not the end of the world. It's not a disease. The medical journal claims that this is a disorder. But then again, if you look at it, there is no human being who's perfect. There's not a single human being who doesn't have an issue. They might have depression, they might have mental breakdown, emotional. And sometimes the medical industry is out to find out, yes, there is something wrong with you, so you come with us. So, and remember, the medical industry or the pharma industry is looking for sick people. If you're sick, they can sell you diabetic medicine. If you're sick, they can sell you blood pressure, heart-related issues. If everyone was healthy, eating healthy and doing exercise, and nobody was sick, who would buy the medicines? You can say the same thing about COVID. The pharma industry today, because of COVID, has made multi-billion dollars, billions, 34 billion or something they have made annual revenue or something. Now, if everyone was well, products would not sell, right? So I'm telling you, yes, we need to be aware of this. But why I'm making you aware is, don't give an excuse to say that, oh, I cannot succeed because of this. No. Remember, I succeeded even though I came to know I have ADHD, even though I stopped taking medicines, even though I still have it. I succeeded. Why? Because I made the decision and every day I fight it. And now it's become second nature. I know for a fact if I put on the iPad, smartphone, YouTube, computer, I'll not be able to do work. So when I work, everything else is switched off. Everything is out of sight, only that. Even if I have to read a book, only the book is there, nothing else. I sometimes even go to a coffee shop and sit and only read the book. There's no phone, nothing. So then it forces you. So in conclusion, I just want to tell you that don't blame the whole world. Don't give reasons to have excuses. Just look at me. Came to know I have ADHD and this and that. Diagnosed professionally. Took the medicine and stopped it. And today, It's just mind over matter. I have done the practical stuff of ensuring distractions are not there, from girls to friends to society to religion to, the country that I stay. Obviously, you can't do all this. So just do one step at a time. And I'll tell you, as life is all about taking those one step, small steps, and eventually you'll achieve success, man. Eventually you will. But don't expect anything in life, whether it's a great physique, big success, good career, lasting business. Nothing comes easy. It's all one step at a time. So I hope this video was useful to you. I hope you learned something out of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Okay? This is me signing off. You guys take care. Okay? And put your comments, thoughts. And I hope this gives you some value. You guys take care. Me signing off. Ciao.